What's up guys, just MESSI here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to your weekly update of transfer gossip and news. And today, got some very good rumours to get through as we always do. And it's probably my first video in like 6 days. There is a reason for that. Now I have not been avoiding uploading because the YouTube glitch and stuff I've heard about over the last couple of weeks. It's mainly because I've got an abscess, if you know what that is. It's a problem with one of my teeth, and then basically the side of my face, it did like swell up quite a bit. It still quite swollen. It's very, very hard to talk, and at some point next week I've got to have the tooth taken out. So that's basically it. It's a medical reason, and things should resume properly from like midpoint next week. There may be a couple of days where there are no videos, but it should get back to normal, like I said, very, very shortly. So before we get started, as always, if you show support on the video by leaving a like rating, that'd be absolutely awesome and very much appreciated. If you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content, and in the comments below, let me your thoughts on today's rumours and the rumours I should do in the next episode. And the very first player we're going to talk about today is going to be Ademola Lookman, who currently plays for Charlton Athletic in League One. And according to the Metro today, first up, the headline is Everton lead chase for Charlton's Lookman. Everton are set to beat Liverpool and Arsenal in the race to sign Lookman from Charlton in January. And also the Daily Star is saying on top of this that Everton are going to win the transfer tug of war. They have said that Everton have had a bid previously rejected of around £7 million. Other clubs also interested are Man City, Arsenal and Liverpool. So I've not heard much about him. I think in the summer transfer window, I'm pretty sure Spurs were linked at one point. So obviously a lot of high-end Premier League clubs are after him, must have a lot of potential. Now we go on to Lucas Alario, linked to Paris Saint-Germain from, I believe, River Plate. And this story is according to L'Equipe. They're saying that Ligue 1 giants Paris Saint-Germain have opened talks regarding a move for River Plate striker Lucas Alario. And just like Lookman previously, I've never seen this guy in real life. I don't know how he plays, what type of striker he is, but in real life, of course, PSG are trying to replace Ibrahimovic because they didn't really do so in the summer. Now, last time I checked the table, probably about a week or so ago, I'm pretty certain they were not top of the table. That will worry a few of their owners and stuff, because Ibra, I'm not saying he carried them, but it showed how good he was in that league. Now, they need another striker. Cavani, I think he's doing very well, got a lot of goals, but they need someone else to also help contribute. Next up, we've got Mamadou Sakho, the Liverpool outcast now. Looks like he's not going to get back in Jurgen Klopp's plans, linked to Inter Milan. According to Le Parisien, Liverpool player Mamadou Sakho is set to leave Anfield in the January transfer window, with both Inter Milan and AC Milan looking to secure a deal for him. He's also linked to the likes of Stoke City. I think Sunderland were mentioned in the summer. There's a lot of Premier League teams that I think he's pretty too good for, and going to Italy may be a good step for him. Now, Inter Milan, despite being very rich, I don't think they seem that secure right now. They seem to go through so many managers and not give them the chance, and that may reflect a little bit on the players. Whereas AC Milan, they're going the good direction now. Last time I checked again, they're like third in the table, and AC and Inter are playing tonight. But it does look like AC Milan are going down the youth option with the likes of Donnarumma, and there's also that other guy that scored against Juventus. It's really cool to see. Hope they get back to the top of the league. Now we go on to Stefan Jovetic, linked to Fiorentina. They're batting it out for him with West Ham. According to TuttoMercatoDeWeb.com, they're saying that Fiorentina have ended the race to sign Inter striker Stefan Jovetic and will battle West Ham for his signature. No fee has been mentioned. I can't say much else on top of this because I have not seen him since he's been back in Italy. But for Man City, didn't really work out too well, had injuries, and then that was basically the end of it right there. Then we go on to Daryl Horgan, has a very nice purple card on FIFA right now, and linked to Sunderland and Newcastle. According to the Daily Telegraph, Sunderland looks set to beat Newcastle in the race to sign highly rated Dundalk winger Daryl Horgan. The Black Cats are also linked with Horgan's teammate Andy Boyle. I've not heard of Andy Boyle, but this guy, I'm pretty sure Dundalk, they qualified for the Europa League, like the qualifications and stuff, and people were really impressed by them then. And then I think the other day, they did lose to Zenit St. Petersburg a couple of weeks ago, but they gave them a very good run for their money, especially given the size of the club's difference. But no fee has been mentioned for him. Next up, we go on to Grimaldo, currently playing for Benfica in Portugal, and today linked to Manchester City. The article is from the Daily Mail, and they're saying that Man City are keen on signing Benfica fullback Alex Grimaldo and have been put off though by the Portuguese club's asking price of £38.5 million. Now they did get him for very cheap from Barcelona for like €1 million or something, so a massive profit margin is available for them. They probably don't want to cash out though just about like 6 months after buying him. But it wouldn't surprise if Man City do go in for him but with a slightly lower bid. Next player is David Villa, the legend, linked to Sporting Gijon today. According to La Nueva España, I've probably butchered that at some point, but it says New York City striker David Villa could make a return to Spain with Sporting Gijon during the MLS off-season. The 34-year-old would potentially be available to face Barcelona in March. Now you are probably fully aware of what some players do when they go to the MLS. The season ends in December, but if they get knocked out early from the playoffs and stuff, it can end in like October. So a big gap between then and the March start of the upcoming season after that. And David Villa, New York City were beaten by Toronto, meaning he hasn't got like football now until March, so a long gap for him, so he wants to maintain some kind of match fitness. Players in the past that have done it before are going to be the likes of Thierry Henry when he returned back to Arsenal like 4 or 5 years ago now. On top of that, you got the likes of Robbie Keane went to Aston Villa, Landon Donovan kept going to Everton, and there's something on top of that. I believe even Jermaine Defoe done it at one point, so David Villa potentially going back to La Liga. Next up, we go on to Steven Gerrard, a player that is now leaving the MLS for good and has been linked to MK Dons as a manager, not a player. And apparently on Monday, tomorrow, we'll find out his final decision. But basically, according to ESPN, Steven Gerrard will reject an offer from MK Dons to become their new manager. The ex-Liverpool midfielder is instead considering options to extend his playing career. So he does not want to retire. Another player also linked to MK Dons the job itself is Frank Lampard. So they're going for two legends of the game, but both players I think are still, they're going to carry on for at least one more year. And the Independent are saying that Inter Milan are hoping to convince Liverpool legend Steven Gerrard to continue his playing career in Italy. So has some options on the table, just depends where he's going to go. Next up, we got Jeffrey Kondogbia of Inter Milan linked to Chelsea. According to the Mirror, with Chelsea having missed out on Roma anchorman Radja Nainggolan in the summer transfer window, the Blues have turned their attention to one-way Inter midfielder Jeffrey Kondogbia. No fee has been mentioned, and I think at this point, obviously very young, because still got a lot of time in him, but right now Matic and Kante, they're irreplaceable in that Chelsea 3-4-3. So I'm not sure whether he would make the switch to be a backup player. Now we got on to Niklas Süle of Hoffenheim, also another player, his teammate of Hoffenheim. This guy, Sebastian Rudy, both linked to Everton. So the Sunday Mirror are saying that Everton have watched Hoffenheim duo Niklas Süle and Sebastian Rudy. Süle is out of contract at the end of the season, has also been tracked by Liverpool and at Tottenham. Now this guy is regarded as one of the best talents right now in the Bundesliga in regards to defenders. So obviously born in 1995, he's 21 years old, and a lot of teams, they'll be after him, especially if he's available on a free. But he could still sign a new deal, and Rudy, not sure what the situation is, but again, linked to Everton. Next up, another player linked to Everton, ANDREA BELOTTI, who is currently on fire right now in the Serie A. And Tuto Mercato are saying that Ronald Koeman's Toffees have joined the list of parties interested in signing Torino striker ANDREA BELOTTI, with Liverpool, Arsenal and Borussia Dortmund all monitoring the youngster's progress. And I believe he scored 2 more goals today to become the joint top goal scorer in Italy. Next up, we go on to Daniel Sturridge, a Liverpool striker right now. He's struggling to get first team opportunities because the front three of Firmino, Coutinho and Mane, they're just working so well. And according to the Sunday Express, West Ham are leading the chase to sign Liverpool striker Daniel Sturridge in the January transfer window for £25 million. And on top of this, Calcio Mercato are also saying that AC Milan are also wanting him. But that's if Carlos Bacca does leave the San Siro in the transfer window. So Daniel Sturridge, do I think he'll leave in January? No. Do I think he'll leave in the summer? I think possibly. Now, as a Liverpool fan, it's great having a player like him on the bench to bring on if things aren't going too well. But if you look at it from his point of view, he's at the age now where he needs to be playing every single week. I know he has his injury troubles, but as of late, he really hasn't had too many. And let's face it, Daniel Sturridge, he does score goals when he gets his opportunities. Next up, we go on to Harry Kane, another Englishman linked to AC Milan, in fact. And the Daily Express are saying that AC Milan are one of a number of clubs hoping to capitalise on Harry Kane's protracted contract negotiations by making a bid to sign the striker in January. Kane is asking Tottenham for wages in excess of £100,000 per week. And the Daily Mirror are also saying that Manchester United are ready to move for Harry Kane amid the striker's contract standoff at Tottenham. So a lot of places saying the same thing about him wanting a new deal, but Spurs necessarily aren't going to up it. Next player is going to be Marco Reus, linked to Arsenal. And again, the source is the Mirror, but they're saying that the Borussia Dortmund man is rated at around £13 million. I'd say it's probably a little bit more than that, and he could be on the move to the Emirates Stadium if the Chilean Alexis Sanchez decides to depart. There have been a lot of rumours suggesting that Alexis Sanchez could be on his way out of Arsenal if he doesn't want to sign a new deal. And Reus would be a fantastic replacement for him. Does have a massive problem though with injuries, which I know £30 million doesn't sound like a lot. When he's playing, he's world class, but get him on the pitch, it's another matter. I do definitely think he's worth more than 30 mil, by the way, just the injuries, they are part of the package. Next player is going to be David Alaba, linked to Manchester United, according to the Sunday People. United did send scouts to watch Bayern Munich's David Alaba and his international teammate Julian Baumgartlinger in both of Austria's matches over the international break, with Mourinho considering trying to sign them. Now, Baumgartlinger, I'm pretty sure, plays for Bayer Leverkusen as a CDM, and Alaba, of course, can play centre-back, CDM, and centre midfield and left-back as his main position. But Alaba, he'd cost so much. But saying that, he was linked to Real Madrid back in the summer, and nothing happened with that. The next player is Lionel MESSI. You might have heard of him. Currently linked to Manchester City, according to the Daily Mirror. Now, it does not say much, but what it does say is that Man City is set to offer Barcelona superstar MESSI £500,000 per week as they attempt to secure a $200 million deal for his signature. Other papers have kind of elaborated on this by saying they claim a transfer fee in excess of £100 million plus $500k a week wage for Messi could be on the cards. Recent reports in Spain have suggested Messi rejected a contract extension at Barca over the summer, or the Spanish giants remain confident he'll pen with fresh terms. And my opinion on this one, will it happen? I definitely don't think so. Next up is Carlos Bacca, linked to Paris Saint-Germain. PSG coach Unai Emery wants to sign AC Milan forward Carlos Bacca, according to French papers. Emery and Bacca work together at Marseille, and the PSG boss is keen for the Colombian striker to bolster his strike force. So the article says Marseille. I'm pretty sure they got that wrong. It's not Marseille whatsoever. In fact, it's Sevilla. Yeah, Bacca has never ever played for Marseille, so not sure what they're talking about. Next up, we go on to Gael Clichy, linked to Napoli. Napoli are interested in signing Man City left-back Gael Clichy, according to reports in the Italian media. The Frenchman has a contract at Etihad until next summer, meaning the Serie A club will be able to pick him up on a free transfer at the end of the season. And now we move on to the final deal of the episode, and that is going to be Angel Di Maria, linked to Inter Milan. Inter will reportedly look to sign Di Maria from Paris Saint-Germain if they cannot get James Rodriguez from Real Madrid. According to Calcio Mercato, Inter's new owners are looking to make a statement signing in January and have their eyes on James, but if they cannot secure a deal for his services, they look to Di Maria, who has not scored this season. And that is going to be it for this week's potential transfers. A new episode next Sunday at probably 8 AM hopefully. So that's going to be the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, show support by leaving a like rating. That'd be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content from now on basically, or maybe a couple of days here and there, like I mentioned at the very start. And also in the comments below, your thoughts on these transfers today and what ones do you think will go through. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.